I wanted to talk about what are you doing to support your gut and to support your microbiome during the holidays? Because the holidays usually takes everyone way off track. We don't stick to anything. We just kind of go nuts, and then it becomes the new year, and our gut is a mess. Our brain chemistry is a mess. We're fatigued. Our immune system is failing. Endocrine system's not working great. Our liver is sore and swollen. So I just think that there's some simple things that people can do over the holidays to keep the balance. I'm not saying don't imbibe in whatever you enjoy during the holidays. It's just like don't go crazy. And then look to Asante Organics to pick a product or a couple of products that you can incorporate into your routine to keep balancing your gut and the microbiome, which has everything to do with your systemic health. So, for anyone that's new to what is the microbiome, it's trillions of organisms that live in your gut. Sounds horrible, but they are all about your systemic health. These trillions of organisms, they're either good organisms or they're bad organisms. So if you eat unhealthy and you drink too much alcohol and you smoke and you're dehydrated and you eat processed foods and you are not paying attention to your diet, your microbiome will go south. And when you've got a bad microbiome and a bad gut, basically, and a leaky gut, then you may experience some really unpleasant side effects. So, in my practice, when people had a bad microbiome, they would have the bloat and the distension and the gas and the discomfort and diarrhea one day or constipation the next. And it was basically the irritable bowel, which I saw every single day in my practice. If we fix the microbiome, then all of a sudden the gut comes back into balance. So that's one aspect of fixing your microbiome, is that you're fixing the motility of the gut. You're creating an environment that you don't have leaky gut, which means you're not leaking bacteria and proteinaceous stuff into your vascular system, which causes inflammation. So you're preventing that. But we have to look at the big picture. Because around the holidays, again, bad food, a lot of alcohol, dehydration, not paying attention to what we should be doing. But the brain is directly connected to the gut, and the gut is directly connected to the brain. The holidays are stressful. I don't care who you are, there is some amount of stress going on. And sometimes it's a little bit, and sometimes it's a ton. So if you're supporting your gut, there's a superhighway between your gut and the microbiome and your brain chemistry. Because these trillions of organisms, when they're healthy, will actually produce healthy neurotransmitters. And those are just these chemicals that will go to the brain and cross the blood-brain barrier to balance your brain chemistry, help with anxiety, help with depression, help with sleep cycles, and in the big, big picture, help to prevent neurodegenerative disease, which can be very progressive if we're not taking care of our gut-brain health. So remember, there's a super highway between the gut and the brain and the gut-brain connection. It's pretty much in every social media aspect that you look at, in magazines, cookbooks, but a lot of people don't even follow the fact that these are two directly communicating areas of your body. So when you support the microbiome and you support the gut, you support the brain chemistry. So during the holidays, you'll be less stressful. You will probably sleep a lot better. You will have more focus and clarity. You will have more energy. Who doesn't want that? Especially the stress relief. So that's one aspect. But supporting that microbiome supports your immune system. So turned on the Today Show this morning, and all they talked about for like 10 minutes was the flu, the flu, the flu. People are dying. Get your flu shot, the flu. And I'm like, I am just giving you my professional opinion. When I was in practice, I never prescribed a flu shot for anybody. I never took a flu shot, never have. This is my opinion. I'm not saying you have to listen to it, but everyone I know, friends included, clients, patients that went and did the flu shot, they all got sick. Sick. And so you can go do it. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. But here's something. When you support the microbiome, you are supporting your immune system, because depending on what expert you talk to, 80 to 85% of your immune system sits in your gut. So if you're not supporting your gut, you are not supporting your immune system. So you need a strong immune system, especially during flu season. People are still being diagnosed with COVID. I don't even know what that's about. There's just so much crazy stuff. But if your immune system is failing or flailing because your microbiome's not healthy, then you are susceptible to whatever's floating around out there. So we have to support the microbiome to support our immune system, to support our endocrine system, the hormonal system in our body, because the largest endocrine system is your gut. But the big thing is your liver, because there's a direct connection between the gut and the liver, the biliary system, the pancreas, and the gut. So when we support the microbiome, we actually support the ability for the liver to detoxify better. So the main detoxifying internal organ of your body is your liver. There's all these pathways that take place to help your body detoxify from what you're ingesting, you're eating, you're drinking, what you're breathing, what you're putting on your skin. Your liver has to be functioning. Like phase 1, 2, and 3 of liver detoxification pathways have to be functioning so your body can get rid of the toxins. So again, if your liver's clogged, toxicity sets up in your body, you've got a leaky gut, your brain chemistry's off, your immune system's failing. That's why a lot of people feel like garbage around the holidays. And some people feel like garbage all the time because their gut is such a mess. So when you're supporting your gut and you're supporting all these different facets, everything works in harmony. Remember, we have all this synergy with the organs, the gut, even the skin gut axis has been proven. So we just have this synergy and this homeostasis that you create to give your body strength, to give your body a fighting chance, to give your body the ability to be the miracle that has always been meant to be. But the body will never be the miracle if you're not supporting, especially the gut. That's where it all starts. I mean, for me, gastroenterology was the best field I could have picked because everything surrounds the gut. And the other thing I need to mention is a lot of people over the holidays, they've got aches and pains. My arthritis is acting up. My back hurts. Oh my God, my neck hurts. I must have slept wrong. No, you probably have a leakier gut during the holidays than you ever had during the year. And all of this inflammation happens when your gut gets leaky. It just means that these little junctions in the intestinal tract, if you have a bad microbiome, they start to widen and they let junk into our vascular system. What does that do? It sets up the inflammation cascade. And it's a bad cascade because acutely you could have inflammation just set up like that. But it becomes chronic very quickly if your gut is not intact and if that microbiome is not intact. So when we look at the holidays, there's so many very simple things you can do. Okay, just choices. So if you are, eating out a lot, but you are, getting up in the morning to address putting the best stuff in your gut to start the day, then you should be doing Asante's alkalizing shake. Throw some greens in there, throw some reds in there, throw fruits and whatever else you want in there and drink it down. Start your day. That's your breakfast. You're breaking the fast of the night before, and you need to put good stuff in. Why? Fuel the microbiome. And then carry with you during the day. I mean, get like a little pill case, but put your digestive enzymes, your daily digest in that, and your probiotics. Because I don't care if you go crazy for the rest of the day, you need to start off with a shake, reds, greens, one of those, or all three of those. And I always take my daily digest before the shake, and I put my probiotic actually in the shake. And then I carry my daily digest and my probiotics everywhere I go. So, today there was a luncheon and I went to it and it was food that, I usually don't eat, but I just took 2 of my daily digests, had a probiotic, ate my meal, didn't have any gas, didn't have any distension, didn't have any burping. I just felt fine. And it was a meal that I would normally not eat because I'm more vegetarian than anything today. But let's say you're out and about, you should have your daily digest with you, your probiotics with you. So whatever you're putting in your mouth, put that in your mouth first. And depending on what you're eating, if it's meat-based, do a couple of enzymes. Probiotic, very important. And in the evening, take your daily digest because it increases your T cells while you sleep. Back to the immune system. We've got to support it, especially during, weather changes and the holidays and just lifestyle changes. So those are such staples in my life, and I think they should be staples in everyone's life. But if you just needed to pick one, then pick a Daily Digest or pick the probiotic or pick just greens. Pick something. Don't do nothing. And then at night, I recommend the Phyto Cleanse. And this is something that gets rid of biofilm in the gut. And biofilm is like slime. I mean, you sometimes you get like your teeth if you don't brush them, that day, then that's gross. But like slime will develop on your teeth. Well, slime can happen in your gut because bad microbiome will start to encase itself. They like to hang out. Like there are these gang members and they love to get together and then they create this slime. It's like this cement housing. That's biofilm. That is a disaster because it allows bad microbiome to fester and fester and fester. So Phyto Cleanse is a magnesium-based compound that when you take it, gets rid of the biofilm. And when you do a loading dose, you can do 3 to 6 for several days and then go down to like 1 or 2 in the evening. But the Phyto Cleanse just kind of fits in with get rid of the bad and keep getting rid of the bad, putting in the good, reds, the greens, the shake, doing your Daily Digest, doing your probiotics, doing your B tabs. I mean, every nutritional certified organic product that Asante has is perfect for you and perfect for your gut. And, again, the holidays, get through them and be smart about it and stay really hydrated because you want to start the new year off without the gas and the bloat and the distension and the reflux and the unhealthy liver and then weight gain because these products will also support weight release through so many different factors by preventing inflammation because inflammation will be linked to weight gain. Toxicity is linked to weight gain. The other thing too with chronic inflammation, it's linked to heart issues. I mean, you don't want to go down this path during the holidays. It just takes you into like the whole body starts to deteriorate. So try to eat healthy. Do your fruits, do your veggies. And if you're not shopping in the produce section, at least take your Asante organic products and especially do something the first thing in the morning. You really have to. So when you start the January 2nd off, January 1st off, you're like, you know what? I feel pretty good. I didn't gain any weight or I actually lost 4 pounds. My joints don't hurt. I don't feel like I have a swollen liver. I have good brain chemistry and energy and focus and clarity and better sleep cycles. And then you're also preventing the potential chronicity of disease that can happen when the microbiome is not healthy. So that's basically it. Do something, but do it on a regular basis during the holidays. So at least you're supporting that microbiome that's so important for your systemic well-being. So that's all I have to say, except happy holidays to everyone. I want everyone to go green. Okay. I'm going green. I want to know who's coming with me because this is a movement. And you know what? You want healthy bowel movements? Go green. So.